Hello everybody, welcome back to Sector 1. We are here tonight for some Category 1 racing action around the Saints Village.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Sector 1. We have a big one tonight. We are heading to Laguna Seca for round 8. It's the final round of season 12 for our Category 1 drivers. So this is the grand final. My name is the banker from Dadson Racing, and joining me in comms tonight for Cat 1B is fellow Cat 2A driver, Laminator from Lightning Motorsport. How are you tonight, Laminator?
Not too bad, banker. How are you?
Good, good. Nothing like a Sunday night in front of YouTube. Watching some really cracking racing. But any insights from the practice session? I was a little bit late to the comms box, but just your thoughts on how things are shaping up?
Not too much in the way of any issues in terms of starts or stuff, but certainly the Doghouse boys are going to be on it, I reckon, tonight. That being said, Kiwi Matt has just decided to lob into the very final test start and absolutely monster them. So I think Kiwi Matt is probably going to continue his championship gripping form that he's had so far this season, but the Doghouse boys are going to give him something to talk about tonight, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a bit of work done. I can tell you behind the scenes on that vet, just to try and get it cracking. But as you said, Kiwi Matt, he has been in some sensational form pretty much across every round this season, as you'll see when we get to the points discussion. But yeah, all in all, it should be a very good race. But before we go any further, a big shout out to our Sector 1 sponsors. They're the guys that help get the racing to you every Sunday night. So first, Adelaide Ceramic Coatings, LJ Media and Design, APR Automotive and Boxer Beauty. And also welcome everyone that's viewing in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you've not already done so. Also at the bottom of the YouTube page there is a link to our Discord if you want to join the Sector 1 community, and some big things ahead in season 13 over the next month. So if you're at all interested in joining this community and the quality racing and quality drivers that it has, drop into Discord. Everyone will say hello, and yeah, see how Season 13 and our community series and a whole lot of other specialised fun races can roll out during the season. So with that, I'll just quickly get to the track map. So tonight, Laguna Seca, USA, 3.602 kilometres long, 11 turns. It's a mix of high and low speed corners, and to be fair, there's not a lot of camber on offer to help the cars. Also, there's, I think, around about a 55 metre elevation change as we get around the track, and it climaxes, if that's the right word for it, at the infamous corkscrew, where I think you almost go down that level in one little dog leg. So the format for tonight, standard race format at this track, it's 32 laps. We have a 10-minute quali session. Tyre wear's set at 2. The tyre compound, its mediums and softs, are available at the driver's choice. Fuel burn rate 3, the refuel rate 4 litres a second. Yep, no mandatory pit stops, standard round. And if you're new to the stream, this is our Group 4 tuned race cars. Horsepower is set at 543, and the minimum weight is set at 14-15 kilograms. So from a strategy perspective, one stop with mediums is a pretty competitive option, but depending on the length, that could stretch out and see softs come into play for the second stint of the race. Also, and I won't say where I saw it, but a two-stop with extra soft stints is definitely something that's viable in the hands of the right driver. So with that, your thoughts on the strategy piece, Laminator?
Look, most of these guys have have their knowledge down of where the tyres are going to kind of peter out and also keep themselves. So I think if you haven't got your tyre game really tidied up by this point of the season, it's probably a little bit too late anyway. But I think everybody knows kind of what bat they got to play with, and they'll play it accordingly.
Yep, no worries. And I'll just cover before we go too much further, we do have some fill-in drivers tonight. In 1A, which will be the second race, we've got Malevolent One filling in for Heathy. And tonight, and also Greg, sorry, in 1A for the Hyperdrive team. In 1B, we've got Pirate in for Artsy and Renegade in for, for Thunder Motorsport. We've got Renegade in for Dinico, part of Hyperdrive team, and VF for Dadson, who is for Dadson Racing, who is in a night race tonight for HQ Holdens. So he's given the mighty Group 4 cars a miss, and for the old HQs. So time to look at the points position. As I said, this is the final round, and we have a pretty tight points position for several of the drivers right throughout the both classes. So the Cat 1A podium, we've got Chief sitting on 250.5 points. In second at the moment is Ricky Bobby on 171 and Lenocious on 161.5. All of the top three are playing their Joker cards tonight, and the podium is absolutely not safe. We've got Sneaky Steve-O and Captain Muffin still in play. And the big thing about both these races tonight, there are plenty of fast drivers in the field that will put plenty of pressure on these guys in the race. So there's no certainty that they're sitting in 1, 2 or 3, that's where they'll finish. Cat 1B podium, we've got Kiwi Matt currently atop of the ladder at 257.5 points. Stickers on 192, Evil Evo on 191. And also when you look at that points, Evil is paying his Joker card tonight. Both Kiwi Matt and Stickers have played theirs, so anything can happen. A really good position's needed by Evil in his finish, but also Warbo and Boivagum, they're close behind. And as I said before, this is an absolute stacked field, and they're all fast enough to influence the race outcome and ultimately the championship podium. So I'll just quickly show you the team's points.
Just one small sub note to that is Stickers, my boss. He actually missed a race. I think it was a sprint race a couple of rounds back. So he's probably ruining that at the moment because if he had a few more points, he'd be right up a clacker of Kiwi Matt. Even though Kiwi Matt's been an absolute dominant form this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he was running late and he got there just after the race had started. So yeah, it was a real shame, that one. Points position for the teams. So we've got Black Rose Racing in what you could say has been a fairly dominant display this season across all divisions. They're sitting on, what's that, 670, 873. Sorry, my eyesight's not the best.
Yeah.
Looking at the thing. They've played 3 Jokers already, so there'll be 1 to play in round 8. Which I think is Rudsey in the Cat 2 race next week. Dadson Motorsport driving the vet, 783.5 points. They've played the 4 Jokers. And Doghouse Motorsport, who you mentioned before, Laminator, coming home strong in the Corvette. They've moved into 3rd position in the team's championship, 762.5 points. 2 Jokers played, and I think they're playing 2 tonight as well. So with Evo being one of them. So as everyone can see there, this is a really, really tight position on the podium for both races. Plus, from a team's point of view, we've got 13 teams playing their remaining Joker card across the final round tonight and next Sunday night. So it's definitely going to be on for young and old. So that's it from me. Anything you want to add, Lemonade, before we get into quali?
Look, I don't think so. I reckon since we're already at 3 minutes past the half hour, it's time to get this ball rolling.
Absolutely. So, mate, if you can hit that go button, we'll get Cat 1 Group B qualifying brought to you by Boxer Beauty underway. Here we go, the button's pressed. We're just waiting for the pit row to get sorted.
Yeah, just waiting for the pick boxes now. Ready to roll. There was some clouds rolling in a little bit earlier, but since that reset for the qualifier, there's no longer any clouds out there, and certainly Kiwi Matt was putting down purples for a second. Nif vaguely went to the top at the very end there, just before Kiwi Matt was starting to lay down a serious lap.
Yeah.
So Nif might be a decent ring-in for tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He certainly has the pace, and that's why I said, look, this field is stacked. Any of these cars can go for the win, so that's certainly going to put pressure on the top 5 or 6 point getters in the championship. But yeah, definitely. I did check the weather forecast; it should be fine. Might be a little bit cloudy at time, but from what I understand, 0 chance of rain. So this will be a soft medium. Absolutely go for it.
Well, the other thing with Nif is not only does he have pace, he has pace when the tyres are still falling off a cliff. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
Yeah. I just saw a comment in there from Deborah Fish, who's playing their Joker. Pretty much everyone, except for the top 2 in this championship, it was...
Stickers and Kiwi Matt.
Kiwi Matt. Pretty much everyone else is playing. There might be 1 or 2 in there, but... it's a complicated little setup, but yeah, the main ones tonight will be to watch in this race is Evil Evo, and from a Joker perspective. But like I said, it's also ultimately where they end up. So Evil Evo is the first car on the road, so we'll stay with him and a couple of cars behind him, which is. It's actually a doghouse Dadson shutout in the first 3 at the moment.
Just ran a little bit wide there coming into that corner. Just a little side note before we get too entrenched in qualifying. Nif is currently in the pits. Not too sure what the go is there, whether he's had some sort of hardware failure or he just wants to make tonight a little bit more challenging. Yeah,
we'll keep an eye on that. And just a couple of other things. We've got Artsy, who won't be racing in our 1A race tonight. He's saying hello from 12,000 metres above the Indian Ocean on his way to India for work. So g'day mate, hope it's a good flight. Must be in business class if he's got the Wi-Fi, but there you go.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had Wi-Fi on some planes now.
Yeah, well I know on Emirates you still got to pay for it. Yep, so we've got Madrick in there, chipping in Go Black Rose, and Aussie Sim Racing. Nip got a quali ban, I'm not sure on that one.
Oh, did he? Okay. Alright, I wasn't aware of that, if he has got a quali ban.
No, I didn't think so, but...
Either way, we've got Warbo at the top of the timesheets at the moment with a 1:22.923. Evil Evo is a little bit down on his first lap there of a 1:23.313. So I don't think he's going to be doing any better on this lap. He'll probably just be straight in for tyres and back out onto the racetrack. A little bit surprised by Kiwi Matt not being able to lay down that lap time that I thought he would. I thought he would open his salvo very strongly, but he's 4/10 behind Warbo at the moment. But I had the distinct feeling, he's run off into the sand.
Commentator's curse, mate. We put the camera on him and he was off on probably one of the fastest corners of the track.
Yeah, I find that corner difficult myself. It's just that little bit too unsighted until you get around it, and then you find out either the hard way that you're going into the sand or not.
And it looks like it's got plenty of camber, but it doesn't. It's a very narrow exit up the hill.
No, it doesn't. So you think it's got more than what it has.
Yep, Kiwi Matt has done the thing when you do have an impacted lap. Get in there, put fresh tyres on it. We might go on board with Boygun,
who's just improved to the tune of over 0.2 of a second, 0.048 behind Warbo. But let's hope that that time stands when Kiwi Matt decides to come across the line. So Boybegum, he's playing that extra lap, obviously, to get that extra banker in, but he's going to be squeezing the other end of the time scale, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It is possible to get that extra lap, but everything's got to go perfectly right. But as you see from the others, it's out lap, fast lap, in lap, out lap, go again. So if you've got that banker up front, which most of these guys seem to be pretty reasonable times in the high 22s, low 23s. Wind is playing a little bit there. You've got it's only 2.7 meters a second, so it shouldn't play too much or cause too much interference on the straights at this point.
Oh, that's 2.6 meters a second. I thought that was 2.6 miles a second. Oh, jeez. Okay, cool. Actually, that would be gale force wind that I think about it. Shut up, Lambinator, you're an idiot.
Hopefully it is meters.
Yeah, meters. So that's miles. Wow,
I'm old
that's
enough to be imperial, but I'm working in metric. All right, so we'll cut to the track. We've got Warbo out there on his outlap. Well, there's a whole gaggle of them. Pretty sure he's probably second car on the track, so we'll just keep an eye on these guys.
Is Renegade filling in for tonight? I don't think he is he?
He is, but I think it's 1A. Oh no, there he is there.
No, he's right there, yeah.
Yeah, he's filling in, yeah, sorry.
He's filling in, okay, because I can't remember...
Dinico,
he's in our division, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's the problem. You get so used to seeing some of these name tags, you don't remember which division it's been from. Oh, Warbo and sliding.
That has killed that lap, and yeah.
But he can't stuff around. He's got to get moving and make sure he can get another one.
Boybegum's on his out lap. We might have a look at Evil. This is a flyer.
I think braked in turn in and just not going over that line over the green Astro turf or green concrete there can be hard sometimes.
Not to mention here the turn into the corkscrew.
Oh, that's always...
You take any liberty on that curve, apart from being slippery, it has a pretty fierce set of penalties.
Yep, and sometimes it's just a case of throw it in and see what you've got when you arrive at warp speed. Oh, a bit messy on the exit. He's around.
He's gone into the wall.
Oh, into the wall.
That will hurt his qualifying. Remember, this is guy P3 in the championship. He's got traffic coming, so that's going to be really hard to get back in.
He's also going backwards, probably to help clean his tyres when he gets a little bit more on track.
He's on, so we should see him go straight into the pits. So we might have a look at how Stickers is going on the climb up the hill. He won't have time to go into the pits.
He won't have time to go into the pits and do 2 laps, I don't think. You've only got 8 minutes. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. You're not going to be able to do it.
He's got 1:20 with the pit carry through to get that last lap in. Oh, sorry, So
well, he's going to have to hope that his tyres are clean by the time he stomps the anchors down here. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a hairy ride. He's just gone a little bit wide. And he's bringing it back around nicely. Sticker's currently coming across the line.
Yeah.
He's 30 seconds behind. Wow.
Yeah, 8 tenths back from the lead. Oh, the top qualifying position, I should say. We'll have a look at Boybegum. He should be well and truly on his flyer down through with Kiwi Matt just behind him. And Boybegum is purple. He's just got this last sector to clean. Not complicated, but still tricky second last corner there into a tight 90-degree punch out in second, and he's got a good slipstream here from Kiwi Matt, so I expect to see this pole. And there it is.
Oh, there it is.
258.
There it is. Our first 22. No, sorry, our second 22 of the night. I apologise.
Yeah. So we might get on board with Warbo, who is the next closest, and just see if we can get an idea through the timing check.
Very tidy through there. Nice and patient with the throttle application. Down 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to
Claw
get
back from in this, yeah.
So
And
we'll
this will be their last lap.
Yeah. Got Big J just didn't quite yeah, so 0.16 down, so he's still got the potential to improve here, although just a little bit of dirt on the exit.
Stomps it in, back to third. Nice apex, but rough on that exit. A little bit wide on that exit as well, but it is what it is. Timing intermediate says. I thought there was a timing intermediate there, but
no, just down through.
No, that's right. It's just down through here. Yeah.
0.8.
No,
so I suspect that's just one lap too many on the tyres.
Yeah. Big J will not be improving. Probably in 7th. Well, Boybegun, Warbo, Kiwi, Matt are completely done. Evil Evo coming into the final corner. Now's that apex.
What can he do
Done a
here?
lot of kilometres too. He's got 10,000 Ks on his thingo, down 1.47.
So he's had a bit of mischief on that lap. That's a sensational lap by Boybegun there at 22.6.
Those Black Rose Jags, I tell you, seriously, need to be investigated. They've got an FA18 strapped to the roof.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
Oh, look, they're like any car on tuning. You know, they've had their strengths at different tracks, but what I've got to say about them is that they're consistently good. And
they've certainly minimised the weaknesses.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you think if you're good on grip, you hurt your tyres, but they seem to do it well. So kudos to Black Rose for that.
Now, unfortunately, we might need to be waiting here for a second because obviously NIF hasn't completed a lap yet.
Yeah, we just have to run
so we've got to wait for the timer to run down. So, might go through some thoughts with the qualifying session.
Yeah, look, I think Boybegun sitting on pole is going to be really hard to pull back. That said, he's got Kiwi Matt, who is just in sensational form. Plus the two vets of one for Dadson Racing Warbo and a Doghouse Evil Evo and D Reed. So just 1 second, I'll just get this point screen up. Sorry, results screen up. All right, so yeah, officially these are the timings, with a cracking 122.665. We've got Boybegun, followed by Warbo in the vet, Kiwi Matt in the second of the Black Rose cars, Evil Evo for Doghouse in the vet with his teammate D Reed in P5, and Stickers in P6, which are just on a second back. But on this track, I really don't think the qualifying will be an indication to where the race will finish. It's just that sort of track. Big J, P7, 123.850. VF, first of the fill-in drivers, Cat 2A driver. That's a pretty good time at a 123.8 from what I've seen. Well done, VF. Mr. Bumcrack, a 124.172. Almonds there we've got 3 Mercs in a row. Almonds, Renegade, another Cat 2A driver. It's going to be a long night. Greg's fill-in driver in the only Vantage in the field, and Nif, who sat out the quali session. So I think, any thoughts on that?
I think that the run of the first corner is going to be interesting because Boybegun will probably be playing some form of tail gunner for Kiwi Matt just to make sure that he is getting across the line. So I'd say if he's probably got the chance to hold Warbo up a little bit to keep Kiwi in the fight and get him out in front, or at least just behind Boybegun, he's going to take it. So the run of the first 3 corners is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. So we've actually got there's a showdown of 3 teams in the first few positions. So let's just see where they get going. I reckon we've talked enough. Just quick look at the chat. Artsy, yeah, cheers to Pirate. I'm a level at 1. And Rudsy, let's go Black Rose. So I reckon we hit the green button and we get this race underway.
Copy, we will do. So 1, 2, 3, hit it. And what I also noticed is that the first 8 positions are all spread across 4 different teams: Black Rose, Doghouse, Lightning, and Dadson Racing. So there's 4 teams in the first 4 rows. So it's a team on team on team on team battle. It'll be interesting as to what's going to fall out the other side. Hopefully they keep all their shenanigans in good order.
All right, we're about to go. Lined up on a sunny day at Laguna Seca. This will be a crack of a race. 5 lights, and we're racing. And a great start there from Black Rose from Boybegum. Although Warbo has got a bit of a jump there. Good traction in the vet, and he's got the lead going into turn 1. Also, the other vet of Damo Reed has been able to push up, and will he get second place?
Everyone through
great
the
drive
first
out.
2 corners okay.
Plenty of torque from those vets, but Black Rose won't take this laying down. And we've got stickers up there in P4. Absolutely sensational. From what I can see, we've got we're still clean through the first 3 corners.
That we are.
A great start there by Stickers. Absolute. Just lost for words
Absolute
on that first
blinder
corner.
as that.
I
Yeah,
watched
it's okay.
how I watched how he turned into it and just chose the perfect line. So yeah, really well done. But yeah, we'll get up the front on Warbo. Just both those.
That being said, Stickers' starts this year have been great. He's always been able to make up a few positions in the first couple of corners, so really no surprise there. It's always good to watch it though.
Yeah.
Boy began with half a second penalty. I wonder how he picked that up through the corkscrew. I didn't see
I
anything
think coming
offline.
down the corkscrew, I saw in the background a little bit of a twitch in the front end. So yeah, he just might have cut that in a bit tight. But yeah,
Sorry, Boy began, but please show any concerns, queries, and complaints to Polyphony Digital.
Yeah, like I said, it is probably the hard. It's got a blind turn in, and it's easy to get a penalty on either the inside turning in or the inside turning out. But yeah, great run by the 2 vets in the front. That torque off the start. Let's have a little bit of a look further down. With Kiwi Matt.
2 positions.
Yeah, he's just established in after the probably the unexpected turn of events for the Black Rose cars in the first corner. So he's just settling down into 6, and I dare say that we'll see him pick up good strategy here, save some fuel, and I expect to see him at the point end of the field. Certainly around that first pit stop, if not earlier.
100%. D. Reed absolutely monstering the back of Stickers at the moment, so much so that vet can read the part number of the bumper on the Merc. End of the final, he was absolutely hounding him through the corkscrew there, so I don't think Stickers is going to get off lightly here. He's going to have to fight for it.
Yeah, it's that sort of race too. In the standard rounds, you find a lot of drivers will just race to a set of numbers. You know, whether
I don't.
Yeah, I try to. Driving the vet, if I don't, I need to tow a trailer with fuel in it. But yeah, it's little bit sideways there, but Six has been able to hold it. Yeah, I think just seeing him settle into a rhythm. He reads down the inside. Stickers went a little bit wide there. He's on it. Oh, he's just managed to hold it.
That's compromised his run. Stickers blocking a little bit.
The other 2 are right on him. Yep.
Yeah, Kiwi Matt doesn't care. Yeah, D-Ree's trying to redress to make sure he doesn't get a penalty. Kiwi Matt does not care. This is shades of Wingcup, McLaughlin and Tander at Bathurst back a few years.
Yeah, and this close to main straight could come into play here. A little bit of a tailwind. It'll make that, while it's not high, it will make that braking area a little bit tricky. It's very easy to go in too deep.
Niff currently making up a few positions, up to 9th, about to take 8th. There it is. He's just got past VF, who's doing a stellar job inside the top 10 when he races with us. So great, he's getting a race lap.
D Reed's got an inside run on. He's in deep, he's hard. And yeah, he's managed to get that stick on the exit. So yeah, I was a little bit worried there. I thought he might just go in that little bit deep. He came in fast.
And Sticker's also a little bit vulnerable to Kiwi Matt here. That hunting bird, it's coming for him. He's got a good run into this corner. There's the move, showing the nose, but pulls out of it. I would say by the end of this lap, Stickers might be in 6th. He's just lost that edge to Reedy in front of him. He doesn't have as good a toe. Kiwi Matt just fell behind a little bit, but coming up to the corkscrew, I think he's going to have a bit of an edge on the boss here.
Yeah, it's qualifying is so important in these with these cars right across our 4 divisions, but also too that sometimes not being up front is a really good way to sit there, manage your race, manage your car, and you know, play the big game in the second half of the race.
Sometimes it does allow you to sit back and just save some fuel and jump in the pits. And if you just take a look behind Kiwi Matt at the moment, we've got Niff, who's managed to claw his way up to 6th from starting at last on the grid.
Yeah, and putting pressure on Stickers.
Kiwi Matt, yeah, I think Stickers, I wouldn't say he's walking wounded, but I just don't know if he's got the edge on the Vets and the Jag at the moment. I know I certainly haven't enjoyed the Merc this year. Just as I haven't gelled with it, unfortunately. I was hoping I would, but just me and the Merc have come to an agreement. It stays in Germany, I stay in Australia, and everybody stays happy.
Yeah, but they do sound good. And actually a really nice handling car. It's just getting that tuned to work and play to the strengths of the car, but it's not easy when you've got such a strong field of drivers.
No, it's not.
And a lot of teams that have really improved with tuning this season from that original season 6 when we did these. It's been pleasing to see. A lot of hard work goes into the practice between rounds across all the teams.
Yeah, and I've noticed a few drivers have got 5 digits on their odometer at the moment. Some of them deep into the 10,000s, and Kiwi Matt, I think he's only got about 2.5 on his. So I don't know if he's using a different chassis, a practice chassis and a race chassis. But he's Stickers run wide and is letting Kiwi Matt through, and he's going to cop Niff as well. I think Niff is going to be on him here. Come on, boss.
We'll watch this pan out. That we might. We're sort of getting close to halfway through the first stint, so we'll just a couple of laps to go. So we'll just stay in this battle, and then we'll have a quick look at tyre and fuel, and just see where everyone's at and what strategy is starting to unfold for each driver.
I think the pressure's getting a little bit there to Stickers at the moment. He's not in a rhythm at the moment, and it's showing to be losing, a place to D Reed, Kiwi Matt, and having Niff, who's taking an absolute. He showed the nose into the corkscrew. He pulled out of it. Luckily he did. I think that would have ended in tears anyway. But that being said, he's coming back at Stickers into the final few corners like last night's pizza.
Ooh, and a bit sideways through that kink.
His Niff is not stuffing around.
No.
He's got the pace. He's not taking this one lying down. This could be an extraordinary victory if he manages to. Yeah. I don't think he'll do it, but I think he's going to go bloody close. I think the podium's under threat from Niff here.
Yeah. So will Niff go deep under brakes here, and Stickers sort of hold his composure? No. A little bit of movement there by Niff under brakes. Oh,
Yeah, I think, yeah, the boss
great,
just rolled out of it there.
yeah, he's Stickers gave great racing room there. So Niff was clearly fastest through that apex piece. So yeah, great racing. All right, we'll just go up the front. We've got Warbo really starting to put a little bit of control on this race from a pace perspective at 3.8, nearly 3.9 seconds ahead of Evil. So
just have a look at his before you go rolling through the field there. Just have a look at his times. That guy's a human metronome at the moment. He's dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laps within what 0.3 of a second of each other.
That's right.
So he's driving to a number, and I can explain why a little bit later.
Yep. So what we might do is, I think it's time. 16 laps is about the halfway mark, so we're not quite halfway through this stint if everyone runs to the 50% race distance. But I think it's time for a APR tyre and fuel update. Brought to you by APR Automotive. You're in safe hands. So first car on the track, Warbo. Tell us where he's at.
Well, he's going for an interesting strategy, as we were talking about earlier, that there could be a possibility that the soft strategy might just be working, and guess what? Warbo is on softs, and I would say that's the reason why he's driving to a very specific number. He's just dropped to 124.188, so I think he's being very measured and composed about how he's approaching his race with those softs on. He's one of 2 cars that have the softs on at the moment, and currently looking around about 30% worn front right and about maybe 20% on the rest. Just over half a tank, about halfway between 3/4 and a half, but out to the tune of 4.6 seconds over Lever Evo in another Corvette, who's back on mediums. Those tyres much better, probably around about 20% worn, if that, on the front right, maybe 10% worn on the rest, if that. The mediums are wearing very well compared to the softs, as you'd kind of expect. But just over half a tank. Warbo has got considerably more fuel in that vet, and he's obviously driving to that number very well. Yeah. We go back to Boybegum, who's trying to handle Evo. He's on mediums as well, halfway between 3/4 and a half a tank of fuel, maybe around about 50% on the front right of the mediums, maybe 10% on the rest. We've got D. Reed in the Corvette, also on softs, so a little bit of deviation between the Doghouse boys there. Getting down to around about 60% worn front right in the softs for him, probably around about 30% on the rest, and just over half a tank.
I didn't get that email from the team about softs, so...
Well, I can tell you, well, so maybe someone forgot to change after practice or after quali or something.
Yeah, well, they didn't blind copy me into it.
No, you can sort that strategy out for yourself.
Yeah, I'll be having words with the team owners, I can tell you. Yeah. So, Kiwi Matt.
Kiwi Matt, he's on the mediums, probably around about 10% worn on the other 3 corners, maybe around about 15% on the front right. His tyres working very well on that Jag, just over half a tank. The Merc for Niff on mediums, down to around about 20%, maybe a little bit less on the front right, down to 10% on the rest, and just over half a tank. Back down to Stickers. His tyres looking a little bit better, closer to 15%. He's might be a little bit slower, but he's looking after the tyres. So about 15% front right, maybe around about 7 to 10% on the rest, and just over half a tank. Big J, a little bit better on his fuel, just over half a tank, but a bit more than Stickers. 10% front right, maybe around about the same, just over the same full the rest. Bump crank, another Merc, tyres. Oh, he's looking really good. Maybe 10%, maybe on all 4 corners. He's wearing them pretty even at the moment, actually, compared to the rest of the field. Just over half a tank, doing a bit better than Big J and the Boss Stickers. VF, he is 10% worn on his other 3 tyres. The front right down to about 15% compared to the other vets. He's doing quite well, but he's probably not pushing as hard as the rest. Just over half a tank. Back to Almonds, he's smack on half a tank. His front right is asking for a holiday. He's on mediums as well, and he's down to maybe 60%, a little bit less. Maybe about 20% on the rest. Renegade looking very good, and Almonds has almost lost it there. Renegade is down to around about 12% on his front right, 10% on the rest. He's doing very well, smack on half a tank. And Greg's, who's just chugging along, is around about 15% on those mediums all around, and is about to go under half a tank, so he's just using a little bit more than everybody else.
No worries. Thank you for that, and thank you for APR for the tyre and fuel update. All right, back to
Nice to see that the gap out in front for Warbo has gone out to 4.8 seconds, and he's just managing that. I mean, it was, what, 2 laps ago when we started that APR fuel and tyre update.
And through that, we've missed Boybegum has got across in front of Evil Evo. So I think he was about,
we have to.
just a little bit of a, just as put him on the dirt. But no, he was around 3/10 behind him when we were doing the tyre and fuel update. So,
well, that move cost him, because we're now almost 5.5 seconds lower in front.
Yeah, there may have been a little bit of fighting there for a couple of corners that slowed him down. But yeah, really interesting. We've got, so the only 2 players on softs are Warbo and Reed.
Reed, yeah. And I think that's going to start to impact Reed here, because Kiwi Matt's about to get on his bumper out of the corkscrew. Kiwi Matt obviously on those mediums. Reedy's trying to manage those softs as best he can.
Yeah, also too, I think you said he probably had the worst wear, although he certainly was worn more than Warbo was on softs. So I'm just interested in strategy. Are they going to make these softs run till 16 laps, or are they looking for a second stop?
No, I think they will run it. They've got around about 40% left. I'm looking at Reedy at the moment. He's got about 40% left, but by the same token, you know, he's got Matt on his tail at the moment. Warbo, he's looking around about the same. I think it's just a case of now of managing it more than trying to go for that one stop, because you're just going to lose too much time, I think.
Yeah. So just go up to Boybegum. So the gap is basically 5.1 seconds. So we'll just keep an eye on that over the next 4 laps to the halfway mark, just to see if Boybegum's mediums come into the game here as the softs for Warbo start to fall off. But
I think they will marginally, but I think Warbo's managed to pull out enough of a gap at the moment that he can kind of manage it a little bit. Just back it off maybe a couple of tenths and just save the tyres, so that way the drop-off isn't as severe.
yeah, and there was not much between him and fuel, so we're not expecting a big overlap unless Warbo can make some more inroads just in the 5 laps since we started talking. But yeah, I just saw a thing in the chat. The team owner didn't know about softs, so he didn't get the email either.
Well, D. Reed is about to get a showing from Kiwi Matt into the first corner. He tried to make the dive at the last one, but just couldn't pull it off, the drive out.
Sorry?
Kiwi Matt.
D. Reed's, I thought he might have gone in a bit tighter there, but Kiwi Matt had a second thought on it. He's looking up the inside, but just not quite there. Those vets can be very wide. Actually, this is probably the hardest track we've had this year for overtaking, I think, or this season. There are a few places, but it is for the brave.
Well, Corkscrew is one of those places.
Yeah.
We've seen that with MotoGP over the years. So it can be fortune favours the bold, but unfortunately if you're a little too bold, it can smack you pretty hard, that corkscrew.
Yeah, but certainly Kiwi Matt he's applying big pressure here.
Big pressure. D-Reed covers it. He's closed the door. He says, "You're not coming through, not through this bit." The problem is we've still got another, call it 20 laps to go. I'm not too sure if it's worth Reedy fighting quite this hard this early. I think it might be worth just to let him go, tag on the back.
He's got the inside
there we
line
go,
here.
he's got it.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
So those mediums are starting to come in a little bit now. The tyre wear on the that's starting to hurt. Although he's coming back on him, but Kiwi Matt is straight up blocking.
Oh, he's going down the
He's
inside.
back on him, straight down the inside.
He will be
What a
deep.
move!
He's going to be deep.
Nah, he's gonna. Yeah, that switchback was coming.
Yeah, that's probably a case of softs mediums have still got plenty of life in them.
Yeah. The initial braking applications, the soft said yes, and then, oh, hang on, you want to go fast? No.
Yep, and throw that tailwind in. It has picked up a little bit, 2.7 metres a second now. So,
Warbo is now 4.5 seconds ahead, 4.6. So he's dropped a little bit, but I think he's just managing the gap. And if you look at his lap times, they've dropped off by about just over half a second, but still well within the 124s, low 124s.
yeah, so we'll compare that with Boybegum. There's not much in it. It's just at that tipping point where the mediums are just crossing over where the softs fall off. But
I'll say that crossover point's come a little bit later than what I thought it would. The tune, obviously, the Doghouse vet is very good at the moment, because to be able to manage that pace and not have the tyres completely fall off versus the likes of the Black Rose cars is actually a little bit surprising. So obviously Doghouse has got their, Datsun. The Datsun team have their vets tuned up, at least for Warbo this round.
tyre whisperers.
Down to 3.9 seconds.
Right, we've got Evil sitting there, Evil Evo sitting there, 2.9 to the back of Boybegum, 2.6 to Kiwi Matt, but I think that's come down a little bit. I thought it was around 3.5, so we will need to watch that as Kiwi Matt further consolidates in the race. Bearing in mind, we're only one lap off halfway at the moment.
That's right, and that's when the pit stops will start to take place.
Yeah.
I think it will be brave for anyone who's running this to dive in on this lap to try to get an undercut. It just won't be worth it. In fact, I don't think anybody is worth a soft undercut at the moment. But Nif is on the back of Reedy.
Yeah, we're seeing here, Nif, this is just where those mediums are coming in. And I've got to say, when you're reading out the tyre and fuel, Nif was probably in the top few running on mediums for both tyre condition and fuel. So he's really doing a good job with this.
Excuse me. His tyres are probably the worst out of the lot for the medium runners, being that obviously he is a controller user. But that being said, we, as I highlighted at the top of the broadcast, Nif has pace under him when it comes down to the tyres wearing.
Yeah, we've seen Mr. Bumcrack jump in on lap 15.
A little bit surprising, his tyres are looking very good, especially when you just compare them to Nif. So a little bit surprising.
So Nif has got the read through that section, and yeah, he's just pushing up to overcome that need to sit out qualifying. But yeah, last to fifth, doing a sensational job.
And he's making very slight inroads on Kiwi Matt at the moment. Very slight.
Yeah, we might go back to Evil. Yes, it's down to 2.1 seconds now. This will be the lap. I'm pretty sure we'll see all these guys jump in. And then just looking at the lap times there, 24, 25s, you could probably stay out 1 or 2 laps longer, but you've just got to protect that lap time. You don't want it falling off when the guys behind you are on new tyres.
I say Warbo will be in, and yep, here he is, 2.1 seconds as he comes into the pits.
Pretty decent fuel save there too at 19.
19,
Boybegum's gone around.
Going around for another lap.
Yeah, look at the fuel difference there. Same car between Evil and Warbo. 12 to the better.
Wow.
Nif's in there at 19, so is Damo Reed. So Evil Evo could be in a little bit of trouble here. These guys could jump him in the pits. Certainly Nif might, or should.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And that just shows you the measured drive that Warbo's having tonight. He's managing those tyres, he's managing that fuel, and he's got a bit of a gap in front. But that being said, Boybegum is going to have to put an absolutely stellar in-lap to make sure that he can capitalise before Warbo gets out.
Yeah, just looking at this, where the vet's fueled to about 82, so they're just filling to the end. That's that fuel save advantage. Evil's running up to, he's topped the tank, so he's going to send it on the way home, but unfortunately that might hurt him as they run out.
Nif has also gone to 89.
Yeah, Stickers has been the beneficiary here, although I think he's Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet, so...
He hasn't pitted, no. But he has a solid drive at the moment. He's not completely out of it.
So Boybegum's gone around for a 17, an 18th lap.
Going for a massive overcut here. I think he might be trying to put together a medium soft run if my crystal ball is being polished up enough.
Yeah, I dare say that's right. And just looking at his times, he's been holding the 24s on these tyres, so
yes,
that's pretty solid. And if you can do that, the overcut's viable.
I think Warbo might have a bit of trouble towards the back end of this race. As stellar as he's driven so far, I think it might be an issue. Kiwi Matt, I think in the Black Rose playbook, they are going for the massive overcut and short, soft, light run to the end. Big J in. He's retaining his mediums. So Niff will grab Big J. That'll elevate him to position 7. Still 6 seconds behind Stickers at the moment, who has not pitted.
Yeah, so he's running the same strategy.
That might be something in the team meeting that I wasn't. Yeah. Greg's also just staying out, probably trying to achieve the same thing.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly looking forward to next Sunday, where half the team's going for one and half's going for the other. So we'll see what happens.
I made the medium strategy work, Banker. You make it work.
Yeah. Pull a bit of witchcraft out. But yeah, we've seen Nip there. He only just got out in front of Evil. It's less than a second. So did Nip fill up?
Yeah, Nip filled up. He was 89, but Evil Evo, he topped the tank, remember?
Yeah, topped the tank. So he's got plenty of fuel to run home. And also, Damo Reed's not far off the back of Evil Evo here. So just 1.2 seconds. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. But
you would hope that D. Reed will try and stay behind Evil Evo, considering his championship standings. But I'm not too sure if team orders are in play here. It could be every man for himself.
Yeah, so we got Warbo just passing Renegade, who hasn't pitted yet, but thought he was going to try and hold the inside line there.
A little bit wide.
Yeah.
And I don't think Renegade's meaning to hold him up. I think it's just a case of he's just wrong place, wrong time, and he's let him go.
Yeah. When you do get caught in those sections of the track, it's pretty hard to know what to do at times. It's happening very quickly.
And before we get too far on that might have impacted Warbo's lead time that he's had on Boybegum coming out of the pits to really exercise the pace on those softs. But that being said, he can't go too fast and burn them up, because obviously Boybegum is going to be going for softs at the end here to try to hunt him down. So I think
he's gone deep, as you said, down the corkscrew. He might avoid a penalty because it was slow, but certainly cost him some time.
Yeah, I think that's going to make him vulnerable to Boybegum at the end here, because I think Boybegum was going to be hunting him down on newer softs, so we could be in for a cracker race. Hopefully Warbo doesn't take make too many mistakes later on.
No, this is really going to come down to the last couple of laps as these strategies start to meet up. He does need to start cracking and picking up those seconds that he lost.
Yeah, he can't muck around now. He's given probably all the margin he had away, so he really needs to drive fast but keep the tyres alive.
Yeah,
so
good work there to Renegade, who's let him run through, but he's still picking up a bit of dirt. All right, out the front with Bluegon coming into lap 20, so he is going around again. How's he looking for fuel?
Down to fumes. Pretty good, actually. I don't think he may even have another lap on top of this. He may, but that being said, I think he might be just line ball.
Yeah, Kiwi Matt went in on 1% fuel there. So we'll see what he comes out on, and that.
I would say that Boybegum might have to be in this lap. I think he's just going to be shy of trying to really exercise a an extra lap out of this one. Missed it by that much.
Yeah, so it'll be a short refuel here for Kiwi Matt. 21 of the 32 completed.
So Warbo's coming up to the timing line now. Kiwi Matt is still, he's just topped the tank, and he's on softs as we predicted, 61%. So Warbo might be in a bit of trouble here.
About 4 seconds.
Probably around about that, maybe a little bit less. 3.5, 3.8. There it is, 4 seconds.
Yeah,
That being said, Warbo is purple.
If there's a time to purple it, now is it.
Yeah, now is it. He's got to get his tail
And
moving.
Boybegum is in the pits
Is in.
with 4% fuel, so he's timed that perfectly.
So what's going to be interesting here is the overlap between Boybegum and Warbo. He's got a 43-second lead time.
We'll see what Warbo's next split is after the corkscrew.
Sticker's currently up to 4th though, but he still hasn't pitted.
We'll just Warbo here as we just watch the crossover at the pits.
He's braked it nice and squarely, nice apex, on the power, a little bit of a squiggle.
60% fuel for Boybegum.
And he's out. Oh, this overlap is going to be absolutely hairy. Warbo's got him just into the corner, but I think Boybegum's just going to pop him here.
Oh no, he's just got the run, but the corner will close up, so Boybegum's through the lead on fresh softs. That could be race defining there.
It could be, but I think Boybegum, he's got the track position. He might have cold tyres, but Warbo's tyres are what, 6 laps old.
6 laps old, and look at Kiwi Matt, he's knocked a 1.5 off that in a lap.
That 3.5 seconds that Warbo dropped through the corkscrew a couple of laps back, that has hurt.
Yeah.
I think he'll be ruining that. Could very much have been a case of what could have been here.
But yeah, that is some very solid driving for Boybegum. Just getting that strategy, timing the last lap before the pit stops so he can still use full throttle without having to ease back to finish the lap on fuel. Yeah, he's done a really good job here. As I said, race defining if he can hold it together.
I would say so. The newer tyres, unless Boybegum feels too much pressure and bowls are wide, I think he should be okay. What's interesting is Kiwi and Matt's down to 1.5 seconds and taking a little bit out, and just gone purple with a 1:23.313. He's not mucking around. He wants a black race 1-2. Neff now up to 4th.
Oh boy, Warbo there, a little bit of dirt on the exit, so that gap's down to us just on a second.
The Datsun racer is definitely feeling some pressure here. But Neff, from last on the grid up to 4th, can he threaten a podium position if Warbo's tyres fall off the cliff here? We know that Neff has pace when those tyres are running down. He's got 9 laps to say something about it. Looks like Stickers has gone out on softs as well, and he's down to 11th, but it'll be interesting as to what he can do here. He's currently on the back of Almonds and on mediums, who's got a little bit of wear on them, and Stickers is on his tail, nudging his bumper into the gravel, and Stickers is finding his way through. Nope. I don't think Almonds is running any traction control, and had a little bit of oversteer on that corner as managed to let Stickers through. Evil Evo currently having a bit of an issue with D Reed right behind him. Hopefully the Doghouse boys will play nicely in the Doghouse, because the last thing you need is to get tangled up and be bowling a wide here.
Yeah, so we've got Warbo in 2.
And he's got Kiwi Matt less than half a second. and that gap is diminishing pretty quickly. I would say by the time you get to the top.
Just having a sneaky look at third place on the podium, but at the moment, my maths is correct. Just between Warbo and Evil Evo, I believe. So Evil should just hang on, but he can't afford to drop any positions from here down. Bearing in mind, because he is playing the Joker tonight, so that gives him a little bit of a boost. So it's 5 points differential between Warbo and Evil in points if they finish in this order. And he was 7 points ahead going into the race. So yeah, this is a championship place.
Well, they better get wriggle on. It's the same as Warbo's trying to keep a wriggle on. Kiwi Matt. It's going to be interesting over the next couple of laps. I would say that Kiwi Matt is going to have his measure at some point. There we go, into the first corner. It's almost just leaving enough room. They're rubbing panels. Kiwi Matt just manages to come out the other side and is currently Black Rose 1-2.
Yeah, that's a tale of 2 sets of softs. One fresh, one not so fresh.
Correct. And as much as you might like your steak done well, I don't think it really works with tyres. You want them fresh as possible. You want them rare. And look at that, Kiwi Matt already out to the tune of 0.6 of a second.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
really it's a case of Warbo's got to just measure his drive as he did in the first stint, manage that fuel, manage the tyres, because Nif is 6.8 seconds behind, and that he really just needs to manage that gap.
Yeah, and this is Kiwi Matt driving his way through to the Category 1B Championship. He came in around about 60 points up, and with a solid second or even first place here, he will really cement that championship lead and be crowned 1B champion. Well, at least that preliminary award is the champion of Category 1B. Still, don't want to get too early. 7 laps to go. This track can bite. Yeah, wind's picked up and it's got to be cloudy, so track temperature will probably come off a bit, which will put pressure on those tyres as they wear.
Well, with that, hopefully, I'm not too sure about GT7's tyre modelling and UV modelling, but if there is a bit of cloud cover, hopefully in the virtual world it helps drop the UV and keeps those softs alive for a little bit longer.
So we just quickly run through and we'll look at the gaps between the cars. So we've got Kiwi Matt 2.5 being Borbigum, further second back to Warbo. Warbo's 6.6 seconds to the good of Nif at the moment, who's in a bit of his own world there, 6.2 seconds ahead of Evil Evo, who has got D. Reed, the 2 Doghouse boys, running nose to tail here. Just 4/10 between them. Big J, 10 seconds to the back of D. Reed. We've got Mr. Bumcrack sitting 6.2 back, 2.8 ahead of VF, who is 16 seconds ahead of Stickers, 4 seconds, 4.3 back to Almonds, and we've got
Okay,
trying to make things
2.5 behind.
Yep.
Then 10 seconds, call it 11
I'll do
seconds
it the
back to
old-fashioned way
Greg's.
with the controller. The keyboard wasn't working, but yeah, 4.6 back to Armors, 2.6 back to Renegade, who's just under 11 seconds ahead of Greg. So, and the fastest lap so far, 123.313 to Kiwi Matt.
Which he did about 5 laps ago.
Yeah, so I'm just seeing if Boardgum finishes here. I'm pretty sure he's played his jokers, so that gives him the full 30 points. So that's 194. It won't be enough to, I don't think at this stage, to get him onto the podium, but definitely P4, maybe P5 in the championship, depending on just how the what happens behind him.
One thing I found interesting is that stickers went very, very long. And the overcut has not worked for him.
No.
He's dropped, 5-6 positions in that time. I think he just tried to play the tyre long game a little bit too long, and it hasn't really worked for him.
Yeah, he just run off the pace on that last few laps of the stint.
Whereas, Big J, he came in a little bit earlier, probably 3 or 4 laps earlier, and back on mediums, and he's jumped stickers in the pit. So I think that's giving me some forecast on what my strategy is for next week.
Yeah, Nif's he's making. How's his tyres look to Warbo? He's making a little bit of progress here. He's cut nearly a second off over the last lap and a half.
His tyres aren't the best. They're probably close to 40% left. On the front right. The other 3 are looking a bit better. But that being said, the softs are really starting to burn for Warbo. He's got another 4 laps on these bad boys. He's down to already at 25%, so he really just needs to manage that gap and minimise the mistakes and just consolidate the third as best he can.
So Warbo's front ride's what, about 25?
Yeah, about 25
versus 40
tops.
for Nif.
Yeah. But that being said, the Nifs are wearing down faster. But the mediums, the softs still give you some form of advantage.
Yeah, just so it's at 29, so still 4 laps. We'll go up the front and have a look at Boybegum. So yeah, he's
4.9
doing
seconds.
a really good job here. And PB so far on this lap.
Kiwi Matt's tyres versus Boybegum's, even though he came in a little bit later, is oh no, he did come in earlier, didn't he? Yes, versus Boybegum. He went 1 lap later. Yeah. But his tyres have worn quite considerably. I'm not too sure if that's just a lack of practice around here, and he's up on the wheel giving a little bit of extra stuff to make it work. But Kiwi Mats versus Boybegums at the moment, not the best.
Yeah, and another
Certainly
show of
no
strength
danger
from Black Rose Racing.
Everyone's kind of spaced out into their own little world at the moment.
Yeah, we might see if they can send us some emails next week on the strategy. We need all the help we can.
100%. Yeah, we're down a couple of divisions. We need help. Yeah. Send help, please.
Yeah. Mind you, we've got to contend with 2 of these cars next Sunday night, so bring it on.
Don't give me bad news, Banker. I just want good news. Okay, we don't need to know that 2 of these guys have got a leg up on us at the moment. Nif has got that gap down to 5 seconds, but unless he can peel out, sorry, that's 4.5 seconds now.
Yeah.
Unless he can peel out another 1.5 seconds a lap, it will be a tall order to try and overcome third here.
Yeah, I think with Warbo, the way he's driven on those tyres tonight, if he can get to just the 2 laps remaining and still be that sort of 3.5 to 4 seconds, he should be able to hold us through to the end. That said, you can't discount him if he's a bit of an alien as a driver. So
that he is. And I just want to make note of one thing, is that Warbo, when he came out for the corkscrew, cost himself probably around, I think it was 3.5 to 3.8 seconds. I don't remember the number, I just remember being deep into the 3s. If you have a look at the gap now, Kiwi Matt's 3.4 seconds. So at the moment, if that hadn't happened, there could be a very good chance that Warbo might be in second at the moment and been able to put that Corvette a lot wider than it currently is. So second might have gone wanting here.
Yeah, he's just noticed he's closed up a little bit on Kiwi Matt too, so it can work both ways here for him. But I just think that the last 4 laps or 5 laps that Boybegum did on those mediums and maintaining those race laps in the 124s, that's what really got him this race. Just his ability to be so consistent on wearing tyres as that fuel load come down. So done a sensational job there.
very measured drive, and that's what you kind of expect yourself to pull when you're out in the front, just to manage the gap and not be stupid about the race. And yeah, I mean, he's out 2 seconds at the moment. I mean, even against his own teammate, mind you, on the exact same compound, 1 lap younger tyres, whereas Kiwi Matt tyres are currently screaming for mercy. Boy Begun's drive here has just been exceptional. Nif's managed to get that gap down to 3.9 seconds. I don't think he's going to be able to do it though. Evo has managed to stay ahead of D Reed to the tune of 1.4 seconds. Big J, wow, back 20 seconds from D Reed. So obviously the Lightning Motorsport Mercs just not quite up to it tonight, unfortunately. That's ominous for my weekend next weekend.
Yeah.
VF. He's 1 second off the back of Big J and might have something to say by the end of this this coming lap on the final lap, but we'll see. I'm Craig.
Yeah. So VF, did he run a medium?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so good consistent drive there.
And Mr. Bumcrack, he's nibbling on the back of VF. This could be a three-way battle for 7th place.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Access valuable points. For both team, but also
stickers currently off on the sand. I'm not too sure what's going on there. There's no inputs from. There's a tiny bit of input from the throttle, no input from the brake or steering. So I'm not too sure if that's on. He's got a bit of steering. I'm not sure what's going on. That doesn't look good.
Unfortunately, that puts him in 13th. Is he carrying damage?
Negative. But we did pick up on him late, so he might have spun, and yeah, unfortunately he's now gone down a lap. But Boy Begun has crossed the line to the tune of 7.5 seconds.
Yeah, with Evil Evo, he's managed to just pull away a little bit from his teammate, D Reed. Sorry, we missed that. Watching stickers, but yeah, look, unfortunately we missed that. Boy Begum, 1st place, Kiwi Matt 2nd place, Snip 3rd, Warbo.
Yeah, they swapped
Evil
while
Evo,
we were looking at stickers.
5th,
They swapped.
D Reed 6th, Big J coming through. So this 3-way fight, they probably just needed 1 extra lap, but Big J's been able to hold off VF here, with Mr. Bumcrack coming through for P9. And then Greg's has finished a lap down, and we've got Renegade and Almonds.
We lost stickers.
Yeah, I think that was technical issues he had there. To be against the wall and not have damage, yeah, it's not...
it's not like the Renegade, Almonds. Almonds, what are you doing? Drift. Oh, he's putting on a bit of a drift session up to the line.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the race. So I will get the results up. We'll see what it looks like from both driver of the day. So guys, get your driver of the day recommendations in the chat. We will grab these lobby results and see if we can make out the preliminary podium for the championship. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. P1, Boy Begum, with a best lap of 1:23.352. Absolutely great drive, and it really come home in where the others pitted. He ran long, but really controlled that time. Very consistent 1:24s, and that put him in a great position to take on a light fuel load on softs and come home to the good of just 7.5 seconds on Kiwi Matt. P2 for Kiwi Matt has been up there all season, and if I'm not wrong, and I will put the point screen back up in a minute, Kiwi Matt is our preliminary 1B champion for season 12. Great drive. He's been quick all season, and testament to the team to deliver a car with a tune as good as the Black Rose Jags. P3 Niff, great drive there. Remember, he started at the rear of the grid, only 14 seconds back, but to come through that many places is outstanding. Warbo and a really solid drive. Had one little mishap that probably cost him third place maybe at the corkscrew, but nonetheless, great drive. Evil Evo P5 didn't have the race all his own, but I think he's done enough there tonight for his spot on the podium, which we'll get to in a sec. D. Reed in P6, Big J P7, VF in P8, Mr. Bumcrack P9, Renegade P10, Almonds P11, Greg's P12, and Stickers has finished but a lap down, so had some issues there in the last couple of laps. So your thoughts on the race, mate?
Look, I think it was a very measured drive, both from Boybagum and Warbo. Unfortunately, Warbo wasn't able to capitalise on his tyre advantage because that diminished very fast. Boybagum did exceptionally well to keep his head, make sure that he didn't panic after he lost the lead, and Warbo started to skip off into the distance. So I think that was very well done, very measured, and used everything he could to his advantage to make sure that he did jump Warbo in the pits. And Niff, I think, if I just put it out there straight away, is my driver of the day, because he came from dead set stone last thanks to his qualifying penalty, and to nab Warbo on the last lap and steal away a third position. That's an exceptional drive.
No worries. So, yep, the driver of the day from your side of things, sorry?
Niff. 100%.
Yep. So we got Stranger, Driver of the Day, Evil, Boybagum, permission to do donuts at the end. I didn't catch that, otherwise permission would have been granted. Yep, Deborah Fish, yeah, just thanks for competitors, everyone on board. We've got, sorry guys, Captain Muffin, Driver of the Day, Niff, Driver of the Day, Niff, from Debrev, Madrick, Driver of the Day, Niff, and I'm going to throw my Driver of the Day to Niff as well. So just, yeah, really solid drive. You know, had he been able to go in qualifying, I'm sure he would have been pushing, you know, certainly higher up the podium than that.
That would have been a cracker. That definitely would have been a cracker.
Absolutely. So, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm pretty certain, I'll throw the points back up so you guys at home can do the maths, but I'm pretty sure Kiwi Matt is the provisional champion. I said preliminary before, but provisional. P2 in the championship is a little bit interesting, so I'll just switch there's the point screen. So we had Stickers on 192, finishing 13th. So Evil has definitely jumped him. He played his Joker card tonight. So I'm pretty sure that's second in the championship for Evil Evo. But the bolter here, I think Warbo may have had enough over Stickers. Where did Warbo finish? Fourth, which is 24 points to Stickers 11. So who's good at maths?
I am, but unfortunately I don't have the figures in front of me to work on. I was just listening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Warbo provisional P3 and Boybagum P4. But I'm sure smarter people than me will work that out. But well done to all the drivers in Category 1B for this season. It's been intense racing. I've been privileged to call a few of them, and not only intense, been very clean racing, great racing room given, so a credit to all of them. So that's pretty much it for 1B. What we'll do is, guys in the watching on the stream, if you will just go to a quick intermission, we'll change lobbies and we'll be back to you with our Category 1A. So back shortly.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Sector 1. We are here tonight for some Category 1 racing action around all states villages.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for...
All right, welcome back, everyone. We have the Group A drivers ready to go. Hopefully I'm in the right lobby, but I want to make a big welcome to Diswood T. Omer for Zero Turn Motorsport and a very capable Cat 1 driver in his own right, who is our race director tonight. G'day, mate. How are you?
Not bad, mate. I hope everyone's had a lovely Sunday afternoon. Rather cool one. I hope we're ready for another cracking race here tonight for the last one for Cat 1A.
Absolutely. And given what we just seen in 1B, I'm expecting big things from this as well tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, a special introduction. We have a guest co-commentator direct from pit lane. Let me welcome Carbon Boy. How are you tonight, Carbon Boy?
Good evening, everybody. Hello, Abanka and Mr. Diswood. It is a pleasure to be here tonight at Laguna Seca down in pit lane, enjoying various hospitality tents in the pit lane this evening. All of the teams have been very generous in extending their catering to yours truly, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight to give some special comments on the race tonight.
Excellent, thank you. And there's probably two worries there. One is that you have been into the corporate catering, and the other one is we've got Ricky Bobby and Lenosis from APR Motorsports, so I'm sure you'll stitch them up.
100%. And might I say, the best catering is the free catering.
There's no other kind. Yep. So what are your thoughts on what you've seen in practice?
Look, there's been real big standout here tonight. Jeesh is looking like he's going to absolutely stomp the field tonight. He's been setting the pace really hot. Been complaining the setup's a little bit loosey-goosey, but hey, if anyone can get around a loosey-goosey setup, it's Mr. Jeesh. Jeesh Biggles out here.
Yep.
Then, look, it's going to be close for the podium. Obviously, not being biased, but you got my guys in the zero-turn Corvettes, Sways in the SLS, and also the APR guys in the Jags. So, they've been smokies all season. They haven't really gone about overstating their business. They've gone about it quietly, and their race pace has been mega. So, look, it's going to be interesting to see how that podium battle turns out tonight. But
absolutely. And look, I put the points back up for everyone to see. Just Jeesh is there, 250 points. Really that gap has been earned every race that he's done. But yeah, the two APR boys in second and third of the championship, closely followed by Sneaky Stevo in Jamco, Captain Muffin in the zero turn, Swayze in the Brocky Merc. And I'm pretty sure I did say that the top three are also all playing their... actually, I think the top five are all playing their... except for Captain Muffin. Everyone else is playing their Muffin. So not Muffin. Everyone is playing their Joker card tonight. So it'll be on for young and old. And the field is that deep that a few of those guys will influence that top podium. So I think without further ado, how about we get into it? Race format and settings identical to the Group B race, but I reckon we get straight into qualification.
I think so, mate. Let's not hold them back any further. Let's push the big yellow and purple button and send them on their way.
Zero turn button.
Zero turn button, mate.
It is worth noting, bleh, words are hard. It is worth noting that it is a little bit quiet down here in the pit lane in regards to the Jamco racing team. Unfortunately, no Sneaky Stevo here tonight. Not sure if Jamco have made their way over to the United States of the Americas, to the Laguna Seca Circuit. We'll investigate further.
That is a shame, yeah.
Both the Jamco and the TMR Black Light vehicles are missing tonight. Citing air expenses are rather costly these days. Flying anywhere costs you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, so
Speaking
I think
from real world experience,
we've got Goaty and Captain Muffin in the zero turn. That's first out on the track, and I'm just got to check that track order, but we'll go through now. So we've got Captain Muffin second on the road. Distinct Geesh third on the road, Lenosis first of the APR cars, fourth on the road. There's Swayze in the Box of Beauty, E-Bulk in the Symmetry or Hyperdrive, sorry, not Hyperdrive, this Symmetry.
That's Hyperdrive.
That is Hyperdrive.
That's 100%
yeah,
correct.
I get confused. But yeah, it is Hyperdrive in the Aston. Black Project in the Big Rock Merc for Kraken Esports. Ricky Bobby in the second of the APR Jags. We've got Pirate filling in tonight for, I think that one is Artsy, who, as I said before, is on his way to India for work. And Malevolent One also filling in for Heafy. So,
and it is worth mentioning, any Category 2A drivers and 2B drivers who happen to be watching the stream tonight, maybe keep your eye on a Black Project and a Pirate Racing, as well as Malevolent One, because these guys are going to be racing here again next week in their respective 2A and 2B categories. So see how they go and see what strategy they use, and you might just learn something about your opposition in a week's time.
Yes.
Pro tip.
So I'll give you the goss. I'm not sure if you saw the first race on the stream, but Boy Begum, absolute commanding victory. He went long. He didn't, where most pitted in at the halfway mark, he went long and come home very strongly on softs. So will we see that play out tonight?
Yeah, Boy Bagum always has been, he's been pretty good at conserving his tyres and his fuel and manipulating his strategy on the fly. So when I tuned into the stream earlier and saw him out the front to the tune of 3.5 seconds, I wasn't entirely surprised, but I was very, very happy to see that. A very thoroughly deserved victory here at Laguna Seca.
And on the long run, he definitely did well to... and a 122.755 straight in the 22s by Geesh. Mountain Goat only 4/10 behind. Swayze in the 122s as well. It's 0.17 behind Goaty. So this is going to be full on. We might just...
I had caught some chatter earlier in the pit lane here today at Laguna Seca with Swayze complaining about a lack of practice. It doesn't seem like that has slowed him down at all.
No, that is not a shabby time. Got a bit of a headwind on the main straight too, which makes it even more impressive at 2.8 metres a second. So They're not holding back.
Remember, it'll also put air on the nose going through the first sector.
Yeah.
But then you'll have a tailwind up towards the corkscrew, so it'll be quite easy to overstep the mark, head into the braking zone, and see Goaty's pulled out of it. Looks like
as Goaty did exactly what you just said.
The commentator's curse has struck my teammate. But yeah, look, it can happen to. If it happened to Goaty, it's quite easy to for anyone else to do it.
Yeah.
We see the top three, or the leading three, come in.
Yeah, so they're running that out lap, hot lap, in lap, and you know, they will get the chance, I think, to get that 6 laps through, just with the pace they're going. 1 pit stop, but you'll get an extra lap on softs just in case. But yeah, we've got
Yeah, a lot of the guys were saying in practice that tyre fall off after like on the second lap was pretty bad. Don't know if it's a tyre temperature thing or if it's a genuine degradation being a factor around here. So
looking at the tyre wear, I'm thinking it's a temperature thing.
Yeah,
because their tyre wear is probably around the 7 to 8% mark. So it might be a temperature thing given the very sunny conditions here and very warm track temperature.
it also happened at Suzuka. If you didn't get a good banker on that first hot lap, if you stayed out for a second, it was terminal.
That lap 3, you were fine for the first 3/4 of the lap, and then once you got to Spoon, you went to turn left, and the car just kept going straight.
Yeah, this is a little bit similar, definitely. I've only had a couple of light practice sessions, but yeah, when you're trying to do a quali run, you really need that. You've done your hot lap, get a banker, and get in and put fresh tyres on.
No pun intended.
Now, I'm just riding on board your boy Captain Muffin here because I reckon he's going to do a bit of a smoky. He's sitting in the slipstream of his teammate Young Goat, who's in the slipstream of Geesh.
Absolutely, it's a train.
So I reckon these guys are have managed to link up their team comms between CP Motorsports and Zero Turn. They have mixed the comms up and decided to talk to each other, and I think they're just playing a little bit of gamesmanship here in the final round.
Look, I can't stop the boys from being the boys, but look, personally, I'd actually want to be far away from all of this. I'd want all the air on my on my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, just because sitting in behind the other cars, you're gonna get all that dirty air, and you're gonna have no front end grip, and it's just you're gonna get a lot of wash. So for me personally, I would be doing the opposite, but at the moment, Muffin's making the most of it. He is up by nearly 2/10 through the first sector, so bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how this plays out.
It's also very difficult
cheeky plug as well for my teammates. Ricky Bobby, currently sitting in P5, Lenosis in P6, 1.5 tenths behind.
Yeah, it's also when you're following that close, has one of them rolled out of that?
Yeah, Mountain Gate's
pulled out. He's rolled out.
Yeah. Don't think he's made much to gain, but Captain Muffin, he's hanging on with it. He's 3 1/3 tenths up.
Jesus, 700s up on his time. Can he improve with a good run out of the corner?
700s. Oh. I was kind of hoping we might see Geesh drop into the, just break into the 21s here in qualifying tonight.
1 tenth down. Mind you, that wind has strengthened since quali started, and it started to turn. So yeah, it's a bit all over the shop, and that will make the corkscrew very tricky now. It's almost a full tailwind in the braking area.
Lenosis has improved his best time. He's dropped a 123.1 on that final lap, going 3 tenths up on his teammate, Ricky Bobby.
Less than 10th behind Captain Muffin at the moment.
I reckon that's right where young Lenosis wants to be, right behind Captain Muffin. I mean, he'd prefer to be in front of him, but...
There's less than 2 tenths covering 3rd, 4th and 5th. Sways, Captain Muffin and Lenosis. So...
And
if this is anything to go by, that 3rd place for the podium is going to be hotly
Yeah,
contested.
I'm pretty sure Godey's just taken fresh softs, and he should get around in time to get another lap in. So that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, and he's got Sways sitting right behind him too on a hot one. So hopefully these two put 2 and 2 together, play nice, and and avoid. Yeah, as Godey pulls off to the side. G sets a 22.3, goes faster.
Godey needs to get around this last sector, and Sways will get another lap in, but he's going to be compromised with tyres to where Godey's sitting at the moment.
Yeah, but if there's a car that's capable of eking out a little bit extra, it's that Merc SLS. It's been one of the form cars, and he goes P2.
Yep, Swayze
on the 22.68.
Yeah, that's a really good time.
I mean, if of all the teams, of all the people you could be landing off of, Mr. Brocky 05 himself, you know, if he's been in his ear, we'll sprint to him. Not gonna rule this fella out.
Godey's just up on his best through there, but early in the lap, he's got 4/10 to find. Oh, there's an APR car
this
up on the
late in
beach.
qualifying. That's a big ask.
He's hit the dirt, and it's a big slide there going up the hill, so I think that's cooked it. We got a timing check just out of the corkscrew.
Sways is 0.07 off his best through the starting the last sector.
Godey might have enough here to get second back, but I think the bridge is too far for Jish to get in. What can he do?
Good run out of that final corner. This is looking good.
It improves 1.001.
But still not a bad spot to be starting the race. So I'm pretty sure most may have finished.
Yeah, I believe we're just waiting on Malevolent One, who's had a bit of a mare this lap. I believe he was doing a bit of circle work midway through.
A bit of rallycross through the curb.
"32 laps here tonight." You got to remember, it's a long race around here. It's a very busy track. A lot of stuff can happen. Cross the line. Respectable P10 from Malevolent One.
All right, let's cut to the results. Okay, with a cracking 1:22.321, a really fast time taking into account that headwind. We've got Jish of P1. Second is Sways in the AMG. Brocky 05, 1:22.689. Then we have a zero-turn lockout of the second row of the grid, Mountain Goat and Captain Muffet in positions 3 and 4 respectively. And then we've got an APR lockout behind them. So the competition is going to be on with Lenosis in P5, Ricky Bobby in P6. Pirate filling into this category. That's a really good time at a 1:23.639. That would have been good enough for the top 3 positions, I think, in Cat 1B quali. E-Bulk in the Vantage in P8. And we've got Black Project also filling in with a very respectable time, 1:23.747 in P9. Malevolent One, the last of our stand-in drivers, didn't have a lot of luck there on that last hot lap, 1:25.509. So, your thoughts on quali, gentlemen?
Quite impressive from Pirate.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's only 2/10 off of Ricky Bobby, so he's showing a bit of a bit of pace in that Jag and Evolve.
I was going to make a similar observation. Category 2A guys, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah.
This bloke's not here to procreate with arachnids.
Well, I can tell you, I think I'm only 1 point ahead of him in the championship, so now I am worried. More practice this week. So
Also noting, Epolk and Black Project at the same time, 23.747.
yeah,
I think Ebolk would have set that first. That's why he gets P8. But yeah, Cat 2A guys. Yeah, watch out for Pirate and Black Project next week.
absolutely.
Good luck.
Well, I think what we'll do, people watching, pretty keen to see your podium predictions. Take a box trifecta if you need to, but what we might do is get this thing underway. Woody, how about hitting that yellow and purple button, and we'll get these guys going.
We get this show on the road, guys. Here we go. Last time for Cat 1A.
All right, we are ready to go. Geesh on pole. 3 lights, 4, 5. We're away for the final time, Cat 1A in Season 12. And a really good start there by Geesh. He will get a good run to the corner. I don't think Sways can do anything about it. And a good start to the 2 vets have been able to hold their position over the APR team. And very clean through the first series.
Geesh dives down the inside in the turn
Swayze
2.
is wanting to have something to say.
Oh, they're nearly going 3 wide.
And absolutely scrambling for grip through there.
Oh boy. Oh boy, Swayze takes an early lead. That's big, that's huge. That'll upset Geesh's rhythm. He won't be able to try and gap away early on. He'll have to get his hustle
And
on.
he'll definitely have to take a bit more out of his car. You know, chasing and making...
Oh, Swayze, he's off!
That said, Swayze is off.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right, we might just...
The corkscrew has claimed another victim.
All right, where's he come out? In P7?
P7 in front of the 2 Thunder Boys. Not the artsy and heathy Thunder Boys, but the Pirate and Malevolent one Thunder Boys.
All right, let's...
And I think Black Project had a bit of a nightmare of the first lap as well. Through that that second and third sector. I don't think he had a good time in the Black Project Mercedes, the Kraken Mercedes.
Yep, the good old GD7 and ABS are not letting us do that replay, but that's a shame. But yeah, he just went straight off and missed his braking mark entirely there, I think. Back to the front.
So just going to provide a little spoiler alert here from the pit lane, having watched the cars go by the start-finish line on lap 1. Every single car has the same markings on the tyres as they went past.
All
Copy
right.
that. So a rather linear looking strategy here to start the race. But everyone will assume will be looking to go long in this opening stanza.
Yeah, and as Deborah Fisher said in the chat, I think commentators curse, as in every race this season, has played off perfectly. So sorry, Swayze. But, yeah, there's always a sand trap after being talked up.
He did the main thing, got out in front of G, which it's so hard to do and try and upset his rhythm. And we see him now, he's nearly out to 1 second lead over, well, he is now 1 second lead over Mountain Goat. So
yeah, I think the 2 vets here are really well placed. just to be able to sort of control their pace and keep Jish in sight, if that's possible. But I think Sways will be back. I don't think he's going to languish down there too long.
Yeah, 100%. I'll throw some money in the kitty right now. Swayze will finish in the top 5.
So we'll just have a look here at Ricky Bobby. Really impressed with Ebolk in that Aston. They've been a tricky car to tune this season, but he's holding his own early in the race. So we might quickly just go through the field so you can get an idea of the gaps. So we've got a second back from Jish to Mountain Goat, half a second to Captain Muffin. I think you'll see that these two guys work as a team and try and capitalise on their start. We've got half a second back to Lenocious, 1.4 back to Ricky Bobby, who's just dropped off him a little bit. 2 seconds back to Ebolt, half a second back to Swayze. He's on his run back. 1 second back to Pirate, and a 1.7 gap to Malevolent One, and Black Project sitting 3.6 behind Malevolent. So we'll just quickly get up into see what's happening with Lenocious putting a bit of pressure on Captain Muffin.
Yeah, it looks like both the zero turn guys and Lenocious are now starting to gap the rest of the field a bit. Maybe Ricky Bobby's taken some liberties and trying to give a little bit of air distance, let his front tyres cool off potentially, try and look for a bit of longevity. But
there's a great little battle just behind Ricky Bobby in P6, P7 with Swayze and Ebolk contesting that position. I think Swayze has managed to just get past Ebolk down the main straight, I would say, given the positioning of the cars at this point. But it looks like Ebolk kind of wants to argue the point right now. Oh, yellow flag, what's going on? Oh, there's a zero turn car. Muffin is in the sand. That's not gone well.
Okay, hopefully that...
He's come out in P9.
oh no.
Now back to dead last, P10. Oh, going around the outside of Black Project at the final turn. That's bold. I feel like he may have just missed his braking point coming into the final right-hander.
Yeah, the replays are not cooperating tonight.
All right, so without the replay and the benefit of the doubt, we might just have to rely on a post-race debrief with Muffin as to what happened there, mate.
I can almost guarantee he'll have gone off on the right-hand side of the track and he'll have gotten loose and
gone wide, coming down out of the corkscrew.
Yeah, not the corkscrew. I'd say he's gone far right, coming down from the corkscrew. And he's then gone yeeting to the left, and
he's had a bit of a tank slapper.
We got another yellow flag.
Sway's gone off as well. Oh dear, he's got front end damage.
Well, Swayze is not having a good time. He's stone dead last right now with front aero damage. And he's gone again. Oh, he's not having a good time tonight. The BSR driver is currently sitting in the sand. There's no inputs going on from his telemetry. Oh, wait, he's back to first gear. He's back on track. He may have been contemplating his life choices at that point, I feel.
Well, guys, in the commentary box, just watch out. I'm throwing this keyboard.
Rightio.
Open the window. It's going.
And Swayze is into the pits right now.
Could be running a reverse strategy here.
Yeah.
Fill up.
Swayze is throwing his keyboard too.
Yep. I'll keep an eye on Swayze. I'll see what he does in terms of tyres and fuel. Hopefully he'll just throw on a fresh set of softs and no fuel and just say, buggy ya. I'm taking the fastest lap. You're not having it, Jeesh. I kind of hope that's what he's going to do. I really hope he doesn't throw in the towel tonight.
But what all of that has done is promoted E-Bulk up in a top five spot. Pirates P6.
Yeah, just looking, there's that sort of 2 second gap between 1, 2 and 3. So I think they're just settling down now, getting close to halfway through that first stint. Just starting to sort out their rhythm, work out how much they've used of their car, what's left, and start contemplating whether they pit around laps 15, 16 or they go long.
Look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it's looking pretty quiet here in the BSR pit lane tonight. Not a lot of action going on around the car of Sway's, unfortunately, so I think he might have just retired the Mercedes for the season.
That is a shame. Yeah.
That's not how you want to end your season, but beggars can't be choosers. We look forward and we race on. Rather interestingly, looking at the front and looking at some data that we've got on hand. Jeesh, obviously, he's looking the best out of them all. He's setting the pace, nothing too hot. He's going about his business, and then rather interestingly, I'm looking at the Corvette and the Jaguar and comparing the two. And at the moment, the Jaguar is using more fuel and is burning more front tyre than compared to the Corvette.
Yeah.
Which is bucking the trend that we've seen so far this season.
Yeah, the vet can be whispered. Just it depends on what the race lets you do. If you can run to numbers and not get sucked into a real competitive duel, the vet can hold out quite well. But yeah, it's good to see. Actually, that's a pretty good segue, I reckon, for an APR tyre and fuel update. We're halfway through, record the way through the race, so 8 laps before the that sort of 16 lap mark. So what do you reckon? APR Automotive bringing you this tyre and fuel update. You're in safe hands. So I reckon we start with Jeesh.
Yeah, so at the moment we've got Jeesh out in front. He's I'd say he's on about 68% fuel, and all 4 tyres are looking crisp. They're looking smooth all around. He's got even tyre wear. About 80, maybe a bit less than 80%.
Yep.
So looking rather healthy, mate. He's toweling it up. Then we go back to Goaty. He's wearing the right-hand side tyres slightly more. He's got a bit less fuel. He's probably closer to 65% at the moment. But he's only 2.5 to 3 seconds behind Jeesh at the moment.
Yep. So
all things considered, that's pretty good for around here. Going back to Lenosius, he's eating the front right tyre. He's doing a Corvette. He's eating the front right. He's preserving the rears, which is not good. He's had a bit of a mare that last lap. I'd say it's starting to kick in that he's maybe chewed a bit more in terms of thermal deg. Fuel though, he is less than Mountain Goat. He's about 60-odd%. So he's clearly been pushing a bit hard, and he's been a bit rough on the gear. So look, he's in open air now. So I wonder if he can try and get a second phase from that tyre. But looking at it, it's getting pretty shagged at the moment.
And that's a medium.
Yeah, and that's a medium.
So,
certainly compared to
where's he at? About 60%.
Two in front. Close. Yeah, 60% on the right front left.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been considerably aggressive. You go back to Ricky Bobby, he hasn't been as aggressive, but is still wearing the right front. So there's something maybe with the tune, these APR Jags, the direction they've gone for Laguna. Maybe running a bit more front camber and toe to try and
get it to turn
make it turn. Moving back to E-Bulk, his front right tyre is looking rather good. It's about on par with Mountain Goat at the moment, which, all things considered, yes, it's Corvette, but it's looking rather good. He's sitting now about 55% fuel, thereabouts. He is looking rather good. He's only 16.5 seconds off the lead.
Yep.
So this Aston, of all the tracks, of all the chaos, start this race, he is looking rather
Yeah, he's
good.
only
Some of the
about
strategies.
6 off the podium as well.
Yeah. So, and with the strategies that these guys have been able to pull off this season, I wouldn't be surprised if he runs really long, and maybe sets himself up to run a soft at the end. Looking back to Pirate Racing, same on the tyres. He's only about 70%, or 70% left. Sorry, on the most worn tyre. He's sitting just above 50% fuel, so he's also looking really good to run really long as well. So these guys that are looking after their tyres compared to the APR guys, they're gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if they leapfrog them and potentially cut out a stop.
Yeah, he just went a little bit deep on the entry there to Corkscrew, but he survived.
Moving back to Pluck Project, he's sitting really good as well. He's about 55% fuel, 70% tyres left all round. Looking really good. Looking really good to run long. Captain Muffin, he is the first under 50% fuel. He is using and abusing. He's channeled his inner Corvette ways, and I'm proud of him for it. He's 50% on the front and about 48% fuel, so he is hammering.
Well, if you can't hear it when you're driving it, you're wasting your time.
You can't have abuse without use. That's
right. No replacement for displacement. Moving quickly along with all the quibs that are being thrown around the commentary box here. We've got Malevolent One. He has also been using and abusing his front right tyre. It's about 50% worn. And he's got less fuel than the Corvette. So he is definitely challenging the no replacement for displacement mentality. And look, he's 38 seconds. He's 5 seconds behind Muffin. So Muffin's clearly had a even worse time than the initial. But look, long race, lot can still happen. And then we have Sways. His I'm not sure his car's even got tyres at the moment. Yeah, I would say that car is parked and done for this race. But yeah,
it's definitely a failure there.
Yeah, we're looking. Jeesh back up the front, leads out 4 seconds over Mountain Goat, who has conveniently 4 seconds back to the Nations.
No worries, and thank you for that update, Woody, and thank you, APR Automotive Tyre and Fuel. You are in safe hands. So yeah, 4 seconds. Jesus, he's really consolidated. Well, actually, the three of them have. They've consolidated their positions, but I suspect it's not so much racing. It's just the numbers to achieve that end goal of their strat that they're running.
Well, I think there's going to be two ways to go about this tonight. You're going to have the guys that are, someone like Mountain Goat and Lenosha's. They'll be able to hit halfway, and they might just slap on another medium tyre and look to go to the end. Whereas you've got guys like Jeesh and E-Bulk and Pirate Racing, who they've got plenty of front right tyre and could extend into the second half of the race, say after lap 21, 22, and could look to don a soft tyre and try and make hay while the sun shines brightly and try and storm home to the end.
As Jess just gone purple on the 13th lap. Yeah, it's one of those things too that if you are suffering that tyre wear now in the first stint, you probably have slightly lighter fuel in the second stint, but do you take the risk and go long and go on the softs with that wear rate, or do you just consolidate your position and run another set of mediums? So there'll be a few questions going through their mind.
Well, there's a saying in racing: if you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. If you don't want to go fast, then are you a racing driver? I guess. So, I'm as a former racer myself. I'm an aggressive guy. I want to go out and just run the thing till it's got nothing left. And if I had the ability to run long here, I would look to don a soft tyre. just because even up to a point of, you could say, 3/4 point, it'd still be faster or at the same lap point as a medium. But round here, yes, it's a gamble, and we did see during qualifying that the fronts were copping an absolute beating. But you don't know unless you try, and that's the magic of racing. You got to have a crack.
Well, that was the winning strategy for the top three in the other race. Went long on the mediums. I think they run about 11 or 12 laps on the softs. They were getting a bit how's your father at the end of it, but there was enough there left to bring them home, and they didn't drop their lap times too much. So the guys that were chasing them on the mediums, there was a bit of that overlap point, but they'd made such a good inroad on the softs that the gap couldn't be brought back. There was just not enough time left in the race.
And another thing to take into account now is that wind direction has changed. It's now a side-to-side wind, going from right to left, as opposed to having a headwind down the straight. So that'll potentially, you're not going to have a potential to run off, say, towards the corkscrew like we see in Mountain Goat in qualifying. So that'll help influence tyre choice, I think, for the next stop. The longer you can go now, the less pain you'll have in the back half of the race. So, but certainly guys like E-Bulk and Pirate, who are actually, it's the second separating them at the moment, they'll be able to take less fuel and could open up that soft tyre strategy for the end. So flexibility is the name of the game.
And we're on board with Lenosis, and you can see and hear those front tyres protesting.
Just a side note from pit lane down here, quick shout out to the Thunder Boys for their burgers that they've got on the catering platter down here. I've just been paying attention to Mr. Pirate, who's currently sitting in P6, not that far behind E-Bulk. He's actually made that gap up, or made that gap down to 1.2 seconds over the last couple of laps. He's been putting in some very solid times. And in terms of tyres and fuel, E-Bulk and Pirate are pretty much neck and neck. So, I mean, my prediction for Pirate getting into the top 5, it's potential.
Yeah, well, he's certainly a podium runner in Cat 2A, so anything's possible here. We've seen it many times in the past where guys have come up and really done a good job of racing against faster guys. It does make you faster too, racing against this level of talent.
And I think that comes down to shifting the bar further forward. Sometimes you get stuck in your ways and you try and set your own pace and you overdo it, and then you get a bit tentative as to not trying to overdo it again. And then you just step up to some of these categories like here tonight, and you've got nothing to lose. Sure, you're racing for team points, but it's a good opportunity for personally yourself to build and develop and hone your own skills and have a decent crack, have a decent swing. And sometimes you end up learning more from having a crack, and whether you bid it or not, that's neither here nor there. It's what you take away from it. And these guys, Pirate Racing, Black Project out here tonight, and even Malevolent One, there's plenty to take away. And from what we're seeing from Pirate and Black Project, they're making hay while the sun is shining, going up against E-Bulk, who's been Div 1A stalwart for this season. Look, it's on. As we see Mountain Goat come in for the first of the pit stops.
And this little battle here has brought Black Project. He's picked up a good second and a half just in the last couple of laps, closing in on those. So yeah, Goaty's the first to pull the pin. He's gone in at the halfway mark.
Also, Captain Muffin, after his earlier race incident, he's managed to drop that gap from Black Project from 6+ seconds down to 3 seconds before this pit stop. Black Project is going around the final corner on lap 16. He's not pitting just yet, and I don't really blame him because he's still above a quarter of a tank of fuel. And he's probably only about 40% worn on that front right tyre on the racing medium. So, I mean, he's probably good till lap 20,
which
give
will
or take.
put him right in the soft range, running soft zone.
100%. I'll keep an eye on him and see what compound he switches to.
Yeah, the secret is for these guys that are going long is just like you got Ricky Bobby there. He's just solid 125s. You know, the model of consistency. If he can hold that 25, that's what Boy Begum did in the previous race. If he can hold those times without dropping off when he goes to softs, he'll have a decided advantage. And the same with his teammate. So he should be able to hold off the people behind him.
So Geesh has gone around again. He's on to lap 18. Quite comfortable. He's still above a quarter of a tank of fuel as well.
Yep, and Lenosha's going around.
Well, that's brave, considering his front right tyre is probably about 70% worn.
Yeah, and his fuel was probably, when we did the tyre and fuel, he was probably 2/3 of a lap shy of the... Oh, and he's just on the dirt there, a little bit of lack of grip. But yeah, he was 2/3 of a tank shy to the guys in front. 2/3 of a lap, sorry, so he probably won't last as long.
So Ricky Bobby in P3 at the moment. He is slightly better on the tyre wear than his teammate Lenosis. Unfortunately, his teammate is 8.9 seconds up the road from him. But like you said before, he's been a picture of consistency with his lap times. They're not the fastest in the world, but they're all within a couple of tenths of each other, which, I mean, just myself personally, I'll rate consistency over doing a blindingly fast lap and then having an absolute shocker for half a dozen laps.
Especially when it comes to an overlap, creating that overlap and a compound advantage.
I think we're about to see Pirate Racing and E-Bulk. Pirate Racing is going to come out ahead of E-Bulk.
Yep.
So Pirate Racing has come in a lap ahead of E-Bulk, and he's done a set of soft tyres.
He's on softs.
He's on a set of soft
so
tyres.
He's going to run 16 laps on softs. Yeah, Pirate did have a good fuel save when he came in compared to E-Bulk.
I mean, that's ambitious, but I wish him the best of luck. Like, I'm genuinely interested to see how this goes for him.
I like this. Personally, I like this. This is aggressive. He's not sitting on the fence. He's a full sender.
Yep.
And
well,
yeah, hang on. Commentators curse again.
Facing in the wrong direction there.
Well, he's a dirt.
But I mean,
he's out here.
The logic checks out. Like, he's only got a three-quarter of a tank fuel load, so he's got a slightly lighter car.
Lenosis and Black Project. Lenosis filled to 79, so we'll just see what he come out on.
I'm just watching the Kraken pit lane here, and there's not activity. Oh wait, there's fuel going in the car. Yeah. Never mind. I was starting to panic a little bit there. Sorry, plumber. I know you're probably watching and thinking, what the heck's going on? It's all right.
Oh.
Black Project is out of pit lane, and he has a fresh set of racing mediums on the car.
And Lenosis MP4.
Oh, I was kind of hoping he would, like...
He's definitely got cold tyres, that's for sure.
Yep, and those cold tyres are of the racing medium variety.
Yeah, that wear just playing in the back of their minds, maybe.
So we got Ricky Bobby at the moment up in P2, who has yet to pit, as well as Geesh well out in front.
And how's Ricky Bobby's front right?
Next question.
Not good. I still think we might see a set of soft thrown on here. Got a gut feel.
I really want to see him go for it. Oh, there we go. The BSR car has exited the chat. So not a good night, unfortunately. Swayze's car the mechanics have been working on it as best as they can to try and get it working, but unfortunately it has decided, I've had enough, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, so Ricky Bobby's just moved into the 26s.
Yeah. I really want to see him not go deep into the corkscrew. I don't want to see that. But what I would like to see him do is jump into the pits here, take as much fuel as he needs to go to the end with a set of softs and just send it. It's the last round of the season. Oh, he's going another lap. I like where this is going. I like where it's going. He wants to. He's going to go for the softs. I can almost guarantee it at this point.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
I mean, I don't see any other reason to push for another lap. Oh, whoa!
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And with Mountain Goat behind him in P3 and not a big gap, that's quite costly from a time-wise.
My other observation on Ricky Bobby right now is, mate, have you seen your fuel gauge?
He's got to get around.
Because, yeah, the fuel situation in that APR Jag right now, it's smell of an oily rag.
Wind powered Jaguar. New technology.
Yeah, I think Goaties are going to really benefit out of this round of pit stops.
100%. He's got Ricky Bobby in front of him, 24 seconds up the road, but Ricky Bobby's definitely going to have a fairly solid pit stop in terms of time.
He can short fuel, but he's still got to probably take 60 litres on.
Just having a look back down the field, we've got... Oh, Pirate Racing's got a blue flag. What's going on there? Who's having a bad time? That'd be Malevolent one, I would imagine.
The other Thundercar.
All right, so Ricky Bobby is in with zero fuel.
That's cutting it fine. Will he roll in?
Oh, we've got Jeesh behind E-Bulk and Pirate Racing, so lap traffic playing a factor.
I reckon Jeesh is also going to come into the pits with zero fuel because that fuel gauge on the CP Motorsports Mercedes is, well, it's screaming for attention. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so will Jeesh throw some softs on, and he's already got the fastest lap, and will probably keep that at this stage of the race. There he is. He's in.
I would say so. He'll want to go out with a bang.
Yep.
He won't be hiding or saving anything. He'll be looking to full send it.
So Ricky,
Commanding lead though, back to Goaty.
So yeah, it's given Lenosis a pretty good leapfrog too. He's 12 seconds up on Ricky Bobby. He just that last lap or two have really hurt him in that little off that he had.
You see Ricky Bobby, he's got this nice fresh set of soft senders and half a bucket to get it home on. Oh, he goes wide there. Oh, gee.
A half?
I don't know what it is with me and putting the commentator's curse on people tonight, but it's real.
All right.
Seems like cold tyres are no good, whether they're soft or medium.
Well, we'll let Jeesh come out of the pits. I think he's put softs on. So we might just do a very quick APR tyre and fuel update, just so we can get a handle on, especially the top 7 or 8 there, just to work out where they are tyre and fuel wise. You far away.
So we've got out in the lead to the tune of 13 odd seconds. We've got Mr. Jeesh, fresh out the pits, fresh set of soft boots, and he's under 50% fuel. So he is under 50%.
That's brave with 10 laps.
It is brave. It is the Merc SLS. I'm not here to undercut anyone, but if anyone can get it done, it's Jeesh. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He's quite a capable driver. As
we see Malevolent One just ducking out of the way there.
G says thank you. Flash of the lights, and off on his way. So this is the first fly now. So we'll see what Jeesh can set now that he's unabated by traffic and see what his raw pace is. Mountain Goat, back down the track. He's on a worn set of mediums. His right-hand side's starting to exit the chat a little bit. It's about 20%.
Gentlemen,
worn.
sorry to interrupt. I've just gotten word from the viewers that apparently the game video has frozen, but our audio is still good.
Okay.
Ah, that's handy. That's very good.
Yes, and I'm just checking on the stream at the moment.
Yes, it
Yes,
has
indeed,
froze.
the video has frozen. So
Well, this is like the classic 1930s Le Mans.
Yeah,
This is
the-
I'm
very good.
thinking, Banker, if you could just click back to the slideshow, exit the lobby, and then try jumping back in.
Actually, what I'll
that,
just try shutting the Elgato down and restart it.
That'll kill the stream, I believe.
Okay, won't do that. Okay, I'll jump out
So,
and jump back in.
Roger that. So, I guess Woody and I will just be the good old like SEN Radio 3AW style here, and
This is
comment-
classic Radio Le Mans right here. This is where it's at. If no one back in the day, if you weren't able to watch any enduros and you didn't have black and white TV, all you had was a classic AM radio.
little AM
then,
radio.
yeah, and this is what it's all about. You know,
Yes.
you've got you guys describing what's going on during the race, and meanwhile we've got Mountain Goat. Back to our APR tyre and fuel update. Mountain Goat, he's under 50% fuel. He's at about 46% fuel. His right-hand side medium tyres are worn, but they are mediums, and he will certainly make it home. So there is no questioning that. Just quickly, last lap. Jeesh, 22.797. He's off. He's out of here. See you later. Moving forward to Lenosius, P3. He's 26 seconds behind Jeesh. He's about 10 seconds behind Mountain Goat, so he's got his work cut out for him. But his front tyres are about on par, and he's got more fuel than the Goat. He's just under 50%, so he's safe as houses. He's really, really consistent in running his laps at the moment. There's less than a tenth, I would say, but over the last 6 laps in his lap times. He is super consistent. Perhaps the most consistent I have seen Mr. Garlic Chocolate himself this season. So, proud of him. He's putting in a hell of an effort. And, mate, he's doing a cracking job. Ricky Bobby, fresh set of softs. He is trying to send it. He is trying to close the gap. At the moment, it's 10.5 seconds to Lenosius. His front right, it's about 25 to 30% worn. And he's got about a third of a tank left. So he's safe as houses to send it home. And he goes deep in the turn 1. He is definitely sending it home. P5.
How are you tracking there,
That
Banker?
didn't work. I'm just thinking if I close Elgato, it should keep the stream alive
Uh,
because I've got the slideshow running.
Yep.
All
Yep. Give that a crack. Apologies again, ladies and gentlemen, for the backward step in technology, as Lenosis has taken a backward step off the track there and decided I want to run the dirt line here at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, that's rather suboptimal, isn't it?
All right. Sorry, Mr. Diswood. Could you continue on with your tyre and fuel update? Thank you.
And we are back, ladies and
Pirate
gentlemen.
Racing. Pirate Racing. He's P5. His soft tyres are exiting the chat at a rapid rate. He's 50% worn on the front right.
He's got 5.5 laps to go on that. I wish him all the best.
He's still, to his credit, he's just said he's on a personal best, the sector. So he's clearly been running to a number.
And I have the stream going
Yes,
in my little
it is.
screen here in the pit lane. Thank you very much, everybody in the chat who let us know that things were not operating as they should.
The joys of software.
Well done, Banker. Well done, Banker. That was some excellent tech support on the fly. Well done.
I need a drink. I should be down at that hospitality tent. But anyway.
I'll bring you up
Yeah.
a rum. How does that sound?
So yeah.
There's no rum at zero turn, man.
So one thing I
We're a
didn't
bit short.
catch just in that with the with Jish. So how's he looking for fuel compared to Goaty and getting to the end? Because he did fuel short.
He is still shorter than Goaty on the fuel.
Still
I think he'll be
fine.
fine.
Yeah, he's still setting purple laps. So 122.732. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not hanging around. He's establishing dominance.
Yeah. And here's Captain Muffin. He's 6/10 now down on E-Bolt and looking very racy.
Yeah, look, there's a P5 on the cards
Yep,
here.
absolutely. Because especially if what you said about Pirate's car, just not being in perfect health.
But Muffin is on worn meds as
He's got the inside there.
bullying E-Bolt.
Yep.
Yeah, on the inside.
Very clean. Good racing room there by both drivers. So
E-Bolt looked to try and cut back under.
he's
Didn't get it though.
So he's got the this purple car well and truly in their sights now.
Rightio.
Yeah.
So the gap between Muffin and Pirates, 3.3 seconds. Muffin's on some half-worn mediums. Pirates on some 60% worn softs. I reckon this is going to come down to a lap 30, end of lap 31, lap
Absolutely.
32 kind of battle.
Well, I
Keep
think
your
it's
eyes
gonna be a
peeled.
three-way battle because E-Bolt's on really considerably soft pressure mediums than Muffin.
Yeah, those mediums are looking pretty healthy.
Oh, no.
Boy.
I played the fifth on this one. I think it's got ugly written all over it. Anyway, we'll move swiftly along.
I reckon as a zero-turn team owner, you probably best you just stay out of that one.
I'd have a whip
I'm
out.
not
Go,
even going there.
go, Captain Muffin.
No.
But that
I'll
said,
hand him an empty milk bottle.
no one would be aggrieved if Pirate held onto this P5 because he's done a sensational job to get there.
It'd be.
I hope he does. I've got money on it, so he better.
Yeah.
I mean, what? What? Sorry, what?
So since that pit stop, Jish he's pulled 10 seconds there on Mountain Goat. Just well and truly in control of the race.
Although I reckon my money's not very safe because I'm looking at the condition of Pirates front right racing soft.
Yeah, the guys in front have all
Yeah.
got a really good buffer between them. So, the racing part's really coming down here to Pirate and Captain Muffin. And we've got Black Project. He's making inroads on the back of E-Bulk as well. It was...
So I was going to say, he's only 7.5 seconds behind.
yeah.
So he's had a quiet race, but a really good race. So, look, Pirate Racing and Black Project, they're going to be ones to look out for next week. They've done a really, really, really good job. They've been quiet, kept out of trouble.
I'm actually genuinely surprised that Black Project went for the medium compounds because we're on lap 29 and his mediums are like 15% worn. Like,
Yeah, and
I don't
we
get
saw
it.
that with
Pristine.
Mr. Bumcrack's car in the 1B race. They've got a really good tune in that car that looks after tyres. The Mercs might be suffering a little bit on some tracks with speed. But
I would definitely be concerned about Black Project next week in terms of if he pulls a one-stop and goes long on the first stint on the mediums, I can almost guarantee he's going to throw some softs on for the second stint and send it.
Yeah.
So,
well, Pirate's fighting here
Cat
too.
2A.
Pirate's fighting. It's
good luck.
He's 2.5 laps, and he's actually doing everything he can to hold it off. He might just have enough time. Personal best.
This is actually going to be a really good battle because we all know Captain Muffin's motto is a death to all tyres. Yep. And he's on the mediums that are at about 35%. Let's be generous and say 40% left. Pirate Racing's on some racing softs that probably have about 20% left. We're on lap 30 of 32.
And he's not dying wondering. He was his personal best through that first sector. Pirate was. So absolutely giving it everything.
Yep. The problem is he's got a lot of right-handers coming up through this last sector of the track. And that gap to him and Muffin is coming down in terms of tenths very, very rapidly.
Yeah, the other thing on this track too, it's harder to pass than it is to catch.
Although there's also a curveball element here. We've got E-Bulk in P7 who has got the gap back to Captain Muffin down to 1.4 seconds now. He's got a bloody brilliant exit onto the main straight there, not going to lie. He's definitely going to be a threat here with 2 laps to go. I think Woody was right. This is definitely going to be a 3-way battle on lap 32.
That's squirming out of the corner. It's giving it everything.
Look, channel Lenosis from last round. These movie stuff, but you know those wacky races across America? I can't remember. Cannonball Run.
Yep.
It might have been the first Cannonball Run movie where they raced all the wacky stuff. No, I feel like this is going to be one of those. It's going to end like that. I think it's going to be a bit of a wacky last lap. I think these 3 converging all at once. Yeah.
Yep. There's a pretty solid gap between. I mean, you've got Geesh on his final lap now. He's 28.5 seconds up on Godey in P2, who is 10 seconds up on Lenosis in P3, who is nearly 11 seconds up on his teammate Ricky Bobby in P4 on a rapidly dying set of softs, but he's going to make it home. His fuel gauge doesn't like him, but he'll make it home. But I think the absolute cracker here is going to be, can Pirate hang on for 5th and get me my multi?
I reckon he can. I think he can. It's a big ask of 2nd on 1 lap around here.
He's got enough fuel. Yeah. He's got about 10% on his front right racing soft. Captain Muffin has about 25% left on his front right racing medium.
Muffin's just gone
as he goes massively deep into turn 1. E-Bulk's having a bit of a horror as well, but he's taking advantage of Captain Muffin's bad time, and he's got that gap down to less than a second.
Pirates controlled this well. They are not easy to drive with.
As Geesh has come across the line, Geesh has finished the race. Well done, Mr. Geesh. You have
here comes Godey around the last
completely
corner.
wiped the floor this season. Not 2 words about it. As a mountain goat comes down the main straight, crosses the line.
Last W of the season.
360 no scopes across the line.
Here's Lenosis. Very solid P3, and what he needed to. His fuel's low, or
he's
just crawling.
Finish.
Team finish.
I reckon Pirate's going to hang on here.
Yeah.
Pirate is doing an absolutely stellar job to hang on. He's got absolutely no tyre left.
Well done, Pirate.
Well
P5.
done.
No tyre, no
Captain
fuel.
Muffin, P6.
Well done.
E-Bulk, P7.
Black Project, not too far behind.
P8. The Malevolent ones cross. So, guys, I will get those results. All right, here we go. Reading this out for the last time in Season 12. The points leader of the championship, the winner tonight, and the provisional champion for Category 1A is Geesh. Commanding win tonight. Picked up the fastest lap as well. A really good second place there to Mountain Goat. Didn't have it all his own way. A little bit of adversity, and I think from memory, one off. Lenosis in P3, Ricky Bobby in P4, making it a APR lockout of those 2 positions. Pirate Racing from Category 2A, great 5th place finish, was spoken about it on the stream, and a really good fastest lap there too in that company. Captain Muffin, solid P6, considering I'm pretty sure he did have a massive off early in the race, very early in the race. But great recovery back, because he was floating around, I think, in last at one point there. E-Bulk in P7. Black Project also filling in from Category 1A in a very solid 8th place. And Malevolent One also filling in for Thunder Motorsports in P9 in very tough company in 1A. So well done, everyone. Guys, your thoughts on the race?
Woody, you're up.
Oh, cracking race. Lots of mistakes from a few guys that you wouldn't really expect mistakes from. But straight to my driver of the race, Pirate Racing. Drove a stellar race, ran not as deep as I was expecting, but went bold with the strategy, and he's pulled it off. He's made it work. And looking at his best lap, he's done a 24.9 compared to the other guys that he's beaten. Was certainly not as fast as those, but he's made it work. He's ran to a number. He's pulled off a fantastic result. Top 5, 1 from 1, mate. That's an absolute stellar drive. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've just been looking in the chat as well. There has been a Driver of the Day nomination for Mountain Goat for his handbrakey at the finish line. I mean, that's sort of a standard way of finishing the season. There's also a Driver of the Day nomination for Mr. Pirate. And I must say, I've got to give my Driver of the Day nomination to Mr. Pirate as well. Not only is he's racing 2 divisions above where he normally races. He's normally a Cat 2A driver. He stepped up to fill in for his either his teammate or team owner in Category 1A tonight, and he's finished in the top 5. So, Mr. Artsy, take note. I reckon Mr. Pirate might be gunning for your spot in Category 1. So I'll drop that there and leave that alone and watch the explosions in the Thunder Garage later on.
Yeah.
But Mr. Pirate has my Driver of the Day nomination. Even though he's not a Cat 1 driver, I'm still going to send it his way.
Yeah, look, my Driver of the Day also for Pirate, just purely on what he did, and also managing that car in the last few laps under a fair bit of pressure from a raging Captain Muffin in a big Corvette coming after him. Also, honourable mention to Ricky Bobby. I really liked how he brought home that car in 4th place, very consistent on times, and what we'll do is just throw to the standings that we come into the race. So remember, the top 3 all played their Joker, and provisional champion, as said, congrats to Distinct Geesh. And guys, we'll ratify all this, and we have our awards night the night after the Sunday, 2 Sunday nights time. But yeah, provisionally Distinct Geesh. We have Ricky Bobby, who has done enough to hold 2nd place in the championship, even though Lenosis finished ahead of him. There wasn't enough there.
Boy. Sorry. Hashtag all of the bias. Well done.
So Ricky Bobby provisionally 2nd and Lenosis provisionally 3rd. So I think he'll be about 8 points adrift or it might be 9 points adrift at the end. But mass isn't my strong point at 8:59 on a Sunday night. So, yeah, Driver of the Day Pirate, honourable mention, Ricky Bobby, and congrats to all the guys there. The podium for the championship. It's been a solid season, but and for the guys that,
in the words of my team owner, the boys.
So no, a really, really good outcome. So, guys, tonight, thank you very much to yourself, Woody, and Carbon Boy for helping me commentate and getting me through that tech issue. Last week I did all the update. Last round I did all the updates, and we had software issues. And Elgato had an update today, and I didn't do it. And guess what failed? Elgato, which is our streaming software. But anyway, it's all good. So yeah.
Also, thank you to everyone in the YouTube chat who gave us the heads up that things weren't working, and were very patient as we managed to work through it on the fly. But again, thank you for your input. and for being patient with us and sticking along. So we look forward to you joining us next week.
No worries. So thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Well done to the drivers all season. Without the people watching the stream and the drivers, there would not be a Sector 1. So that wraps up our Cat 1, Group A and Group B for round 8. As I said again, congratulations. Big thank you to everyone watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and support our sponsors. So next week, we're back at Laguna for our Category 2 drivers, Category 2A and 2B. That will be the final round wrapping up Season 12. It will be an absolute cracker. The podium, the championships are extremely tight. And also taking into account the jokers that have to come into play. So it should be a great night of racing. We'll see everyone then. Look forward to catching up for everyone. Good night. Stay safe.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. See you next time.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Sector 1. We are here tonight for some Category 1 racing action around the Palisades Village.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, only feels like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Sector 1.
He only goes second 2! Oh my goodness!
Geez, went wide.
Oh, he's run wide and goes dead!
Oh my.
Oh no! No! You can't do that!
You see that steering wheel? Yeah, what's that do?
I see!